Hey there guys, welcome back to another Pinterest tried video. This time I am trying one of Pinterest's many beer can chicken recipes. Right now I am just putting together the dry rub, which looks like it consists of brown sugar, paprika, pepper, I think some garlic powder, and the chipotle powder, which, oh my gosh, smells so amazing. If there's any, I think maybe some salt got put in there too. I made this chicken last week sometime, and real life kind of made it difficult to put out this video sooner than I wanted to. So life happens sometimes. But now I'm mixing a third of the dry rub with some softened room temperature butter, and for future reference, I would let it firm back up in the fridge while you prep everything else, so it's easier to spread between the chicken skin and the breast meat. But I'm just putting everything back and dumping about a third of the, it says like a quarter, but last time I did that I felt like it wasn't enough, so I did more like a third of the can of beer, and then you just let it hang out in your little roasting pan. And I was going to get started on the chicken, but then I remembered I needed to slice up lime. I only ended up using one for this recipe. I tried using my mandolin. The lime was way too hard on the outside, so I just ended up cutting it by hand. But I noticed that I was able to get away with one lime instead of the two that the recipe called for, which was perfectly fine. Use it at your own discretion.
Whoa, you're okay.
So I had some fun playing with peekaboo with my daughter since she could see us over in the living room. And she had quite a few smiles before she got upset, but Jessie came in to help me with the chicken because I hate spreading raw chicken all over my kitchen. I'm less careful with other meats. We don't really have pork. If we did, I would be very careful with pork as well, but to me, salmonella in chicken is no joke. So I tried really, really hard to stay nice and clean and tidy, and once I touched the chicken in any way, shape, or form, I did not touch anything else, except for that knife. But that knife never touched anything else other than the sink, so we're good. But now I'm just spreading the softened butter and the dry rub mixture that you saw me mix up earlier. I'm pushing that around to the best of my ability between the skin and the meat on the inside of the breast. And this is why I say it would probably be easier if I let the butter firm up in the fridge at least a little bit, or you can stick it in the freezer if you're on a time crunch. But don't actually let your butter get super cold either, because the butter mixture got stuck between my fingers mostly, rather than actually spreading around nice and evenly inside the chicken. So next up was I did my best to get that beer can inside the chicken. It was not agreeing with me. And then I had to pat the chicken dry to the best of my ability. Lily wanted me to pick her up, and since I had chicken hands, Jessie had to come over and save her. Save me from the toddler. Next up, I drizzled some olive oil. I had cleaned my hands at this point, don't worry. Anytime I touch anything that's not the chicken, after touching chicken, I always wash my hands. And so then Jessie helped me sprinkle and spread this rub around. And we did that, and then we shoved the limes inside the neck. I cleaned myself off, and then we put the chicken in the oven at 425 for an hour and 15 minutes. And it was delicious. So this is a part of the breast. And it's super juicy. That's a very good chicken. You're gonna love it.
I doubt it.
The breast is super juicy. And it can be really easy if you cook a chicken too long to get a really dried out piece of meat. And this is not dry at all. You're
It's
done.
delicious.
I was hoping I could get his face of just pure delight. Because
See if we can have it again. Get some of that.
see if you can mimic what was on your face. Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Yep, that's his face. That's when you know something's really delicious. Like Jesse, just like me, really, really enjoys good food. So yeah, this is a really good chicken. I'm definitely saving this recipe for later. It was really easy to understand. I read through it this time before actually doing anything. So, honestly, this bird just, all the joints fell apart. It was awesome. The skin is amazing too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the seasonings that are used for this are spot on. I even wouldn't even be afraid of adding more of the chipotle pepper seasoning type stuff, because that stuff smelled amazing. The only thing that was a little tricky for me was getting the like drying off the chicken was kind of annoying to me. I've never done that before, and I've roasted a lot of chickens and kind of just spread oil all over them, and they came out delicious. And you can ask him. He's shaking his head yes. But I still think drying or not drying, you still get a really delicious skin. So, could be just personal preference. Maybe not. I gotta do this more to figure that out. But yeah, this chicken is amazing. You need to make this one at home. And if I find the recipe that I already tried that I didn't really care for, like it did not make me like beer can chicken. This makes me love beer can chicken. Oops. Yeah, this is good. This is a good chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. That makes me want to keep beer on hand all the time. I just came up with an idea for chicken and beer inception. Beer battered beer can chicken, fried chicken.
How do you do beer can fried chicken?
You take leftovers of the chicken breast, you dip it into a beer batter, and then you fry it.